In the update yesterday, we got new B-Bear quest and also a new Dapper Bear quest, finally giving everybody up to 13 B-Equip slots now. And I know we still don't have the proper 15 B-Equip slots yet, like everybody else does have that played in the 2020 Beesmas, but I'm sure they will be soon. But there have been other things as well that Onnit has added, such as 2 new Polar Bear quests and also a Riley B quest and a Bucko B quest. Now, you're probably wondering what kind of new quest could bro add out of nowhere randomly, and well, what Onnit has actually added is in the changelog that he has posted yesterday, he did say a few Petal related quests to the repeatable quest pool. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you might be like, well, it's probably not that bad, is it? But if we do take a look at what these quests do look like, oh yeah, also we do have other things too apart from just the new quest. We do have new buffs and changes. We'll talk more on that in a second though. One of the new Polar Bear quests is actually called though the Mashed Blooms, and yes, it does officially have blooms inside of Polar Bear quest, which you're probably instantly like, well, I can't macro it anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, you are correct. It currently seems like we can't macro Polar Bear quests at all because of this. Same with Riley and Bucko quests being way harder than usual. Anyway, first of all, we do have 90k pollen from Pumpkin Patch, 100 white bloom petals, 10 cyan bloom petals, and defeat 1 spider. That is the first new Polar Bear quest. The other new Polar Bear quest that is repeatable and will be there forever as well. We do have something called Petal to Blue, and this actually is catch 50 green bloom petals, 10 pink bloom petals, and 4 rhino beetles. So to be honest, it's yes. You are probably thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to macro? You just have to do it manually now, and that is until the macro creators and devs actually make it so whenever it does scan that, oh yeah, for example, is the green bloom petals, it has to go clover since that's where the most is, or if it's pink, it has to go into strawberry until it's actually done. Although it may not be the best because the macro may not collect the actual bloom petals the entire time, so there still may be a problem with that. But anyway, we'll talk more on that in a second still, because we do have other quests such as Riley B, and we do have red bloom petals, 5,000 of them, and you're probably thinking, well, oh my god, will I have that much? And no, this is just because whoever got this quest has it just scaled so high, like 700 quests or so. You'll probably have like 200, 500, 300, something like that red bloom petals. I mean, it's still a lot, but you know what I mean. And you do also have like probably 20 red bloom petals in the clover field, or 500. It just depends how many quests you have completed specifically rather than this quest here, because nobody will have this quest unless you complete 700 Riley B quests, if that makes sense. But yeah, it still overall is pretty hard. Like, you need loads of red bloom petals in clover or in spider, and in spider it's really hard. I know Onnit said he nerfed those though, which is good. He did also get a Bucko B quest called Petals, and from this you do have 1.6k bloom petals, so this time it's blue instead of red. And as I said before, this guy has way less Bucko B quest completed, so he has way lower petals. And if you have like one, that'll probably say like collect 50, collect 100, something like that. You do have 150 bloom petals in clover, and then 75 bloom inside of pineapple. He has nerfed the pineapple and spider though for both Riley and Bucko, which is good. But yeah, basically what has happened is it will be way harder to get Tide Popper and Dark Scythe, way harder of a grind for the quests, which sorry to anyone that has to grind for it now, but as well, you just can't macro it as much anymore. Unfortunately, it's kind of good that I have 15k polar power, but polar power is really important, and I know a lot of you guys don't have it, because not only polar power gives your bees so much energy that you have way more bees during your boost, but also the more polar power you have, the faster the bees sit on planters. And a lot of people need that still, because I'm still seeing loads of people with like 100 polar power. Bro, guys, you need way more. So that is one of the new things, as you are seeing though. Onnit has added blooms and petals into the repeatable quest, which is, to be honest, out of nowhere. I'm kind of happy though. I really like seeing new changes. Although we can't macro it yet, I'm sure macro creators will do something to macro it. We just gotta wait though, and we just gotta do everything manually now. GG's. Anyway, we have had other things too. If you are actually seeing, we have new changes to do with Marks and Carpenter Bee, because these new changes are actually really OP. If you guys didn't know, Carpenter Bee did get a buff in this update, and if you're wondering, well, how, it went from 25% tool pollen to now times 1.25. And if you're wondering, well, isn't that the same? Well, no, because plus 25% adds onto the stat. So for example, let me show you. If I have 100% bomb pollen here, but I add in, let's just say, a bomber bee, and it goes up by 25%, it's going to say 125%. But this time, if it is multiplicative, it's going to times it by 1.25 times. So it's even better, basically, is what it's looking like for tool pollen. So yeah, that is crazy. And we do have other buffs as well to precise marks, for example, because precise mark lasts longer and mark duration applies to it now. And also we do have mark surge and everything, as you are seeing over here. Name saying before reboot 22 seconds, no mark surge, but then 37 5 seconds for 5 mark surges, but after reboot it's 26 and 41 1.45 mark surges. So it does seem like there have been loads of buffs, is what it's looking like, loads of changes, just amazing updates in general, out of nowhere as well, because I thought we would have had to wait until the 73 days, but we're already getting updates, and yeah, I have one of the new polar bear quests already. Not too nice on it.